Newcastle 1, Arsenal 2. Now, before I even get into it, guys, first thing that I want to say is that credit goes to Arsenal. They deserve the win. Mikel Arteta deserves a whole lot of credit because today he responded to the critics. He changed his style. He changed his approach right from the beginning. He went out to win that game. And so they deserve the win. For me, I think a draw would have been some sort of injustice for Arsenal. And they played really well. They were pushing to get the second goal, even in the 90th minute. So they deserve what they got, even though it still came from a set piece. Actually, both of their two goals came from a set piece. But that is just by the way. The most important thing is that Arsenal played well today. They deserved the win. When you look at the first half, Arsenal started well. They created a lot of chances. They had shots on goal. We saw the one from Trossard. Ebrechi Eze had uh, about 2 or 3 shots. 2 of them were blocked. One went on target. So they were really probing. Even before Newcastle's goal, Arsenal were on top. And that is the kind of play that I would call domination. They dominated the play in terms of chance creation, pinning Newcastle back, getting shots on target, getting shots on goal. Arsenal were on top. Now, I want to talk about the penalty incident, the penalty that was rescinded or that was called off. The first thing that I want to say, it is a controversial decision. I think that VAR shouldn't have gotten involved. Now, the fact that the referee gave that penalty means that he saw there was contact. And immediately VAR reviews the play and sees contact. For me, that means there is no clear and obvious error. The word clear and obvious is very important because the reason why VAR is brought in is to come in to correct clear and obvious mistakes. And that wasn't a clear and obvious mistake. It is a 50-50. One referee would give it, another wouldn't give it. And everybody will be okay with that decision. But the fact that VAR came in and overturned it just because Nick Pope got his foot on the ball isn't good enough. Getting your foot on the ball doesn't absolve you from a foul. You can get your foot on the ball and follow through with a dangerous play. So for me, the fact that Nick Pope got his foot on the ball doesn't mean that the penalty should have been called off. I think it should still have stood as a penalty, and it shouldn't have even gone to VAR for review because that wasn't a clear and obvious error. I don't know what exactly they saw that made them think that they should go back to review and the referee should go back and look at the monitor. That is where refereeing the game. In my view, that wasn't right. And I'm speaking as someone who doesn't want Arsenal to win. Mind you, I'm a Liverpool fan. We lost and Arsenal have won. Now, the gap on the table is 2 points between Liverpool and Arsenal. So I didn't want Arsenal to win this game. But you just need to hold your hands up and say that Arsenal played well. They deserve the win. And there's nothing else you can say, right? So I give credit to Arsenal. They played well. The fact that Mikel Arteta went into the game to try and win it rather than trying to play defensive and avoid losing, I think is credit to him, even though it came after very much criticism. Newcastle came in towards the end of the first half. They were able to push Arsenal back a little bit. They weren't pinned in their half anymore, but there were very few chances that Newcastle were able to generate. And I think this is how Arsenal should be playing moving forward. This is how they should approach games moving forward, because I think Arsenal have a very good defense. If you have a very good defense, putting in attacking players to try and create doesn't really hurt your defense, right? And so sometimes I'm not really sure exactly why he plays that midfield three of Mikel Merino, Zubimendi, and Declan Rice. But of course, when we look at the goal they scored today, the second goal that Arsenal scored, it was scored by Merino. someone that we don't want to see playing in the midfield. Most Arsenal fans don't want to see playing in the midfield, but he came in and did the job. He got the job done. But I also do think that at the same time, at that particular moment, he brought on Martin Odegaard and took off Zubimendi. And he came in to try and control the ball, get the ball from the defenders and try to push the ball forward. And it did work magic for them. So now the race is still on. See how a weekend changes the whole picture. So I think there is no need for anyone to conclude or to write anybody off at this stage, right? Things could change very, very fast. Now it was 5 points by Friday night. Sunday night, it's already 2 points gap between Arsenal and Liverpool. So the race is still on. Nobody is out of the race. Nobody has a crisis like some Liverpool fans want to believe. There is no crisis anywhere, right? It is a game that Liverpool lost, and they lost badly. That needs to be said. It was a bad loss, but we still have the chance to keep going, right? Now, Arsenal are putting in the fight. This is what I want. For me, as a Liverpool fan, even though I want to keep winning, I want to win when everybody else is still good, so that when you beat them, even when they are good, you know that you are the best, right? So I don't want a situation where Arsenal is performing very bad, Man City is performing very bad, and then you run away with the title. Nobody wants that. There's no fun in that. When they are playing well, they are on top of their game, and we are also playing well. That is when we see the best of the best, right? So I want Liverpool to be the best of the best. Now, Arsenal has shown that they can keep up. They have the squad to keep up with the race. So let's get it on. Let's go. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also hype the video if you